What's up, guys? It's Wally. Today, we're going to be doing some battles with Zacian. Now, I know in my last video I declared that Zamazenta is going to be better than Zacian in Generation 9. And don't get me wrong, I still stand behind that statement. However, that's not to say that I don't think that Zacian is still going to be good in this generation. Now, I know it was a monster back in Sword and Shield, mainly because we had to deal with Dynamax. And its move Behemoth Blade did double the damage into Dynamax Pokemon, which basically made it much easier to deal with. However, now that we're in Generation 9, we don't have to deal with Dynamax, which means that the Behemoth Blade isn't going to have as much utility as it had back in the last generation. However, it is still a 100 power stab steel move, which is really incredible because obviously the steel typing is really great. And then of course when you pair it with the fairy typing as well, it just makes it even better. You only have 2 weaknesses and a ton of resistances, as well as an immunity as well. So, that makes it a really great typing, and plus Zacian with its extremely strong attack stat is always great. And then of course, because it has Intrepid Sword, when it goes out there, it does get a +1 to its attack, which makes that already incredible attack stat even better. Now, I will say the one thing that they did nerf with Zacian in this generation is if you end up swapping out Zacian after being in, you don't get that Intrepid Sword boost once you swap back in. So that is only going to be a one-time proc, which means that you really want Zacian to stay out there for as long as possible. And that is, I think, part of the reason why this Zacian has Substitute, because you're going to be able to set the Substitute out there and be able to stay out there for a little bit longer, and you don't have to swap out to be able to kind of avoid things that might be really strong into you. Plus, again, it does have Protect too, so that's a good way to kind of protect from that as well, if you have other Pokemon that are really going to be able to take care of the mon that is really threatening Zacian. Either way, though, a good way to take care of that too is with the Terra, which is the flying one in this case. And that's good to be able to avoid all ground moves, and also you'll end up turning fire into a neutral hit. And I think Zacian will be able to tank a lot of those hits as well. But again, being able to have stab moves in Behemoth Blade and play rough is really beneficial. And again, part of the reason why I think that even though Zacian isn't going to be as good as it was in Sword Shield, well, I think it's still going to be pretty good here in Scarlet Violet. So I'm really excited to find out if that is going to be the case, so we'll get into some battles. But before we do, first of all, I need to send a big thank you out to our buddy Micah, who is the one who allowed me to end up using this team. So Micah, I really appreciate it, man. But of course, as always, if you guys are new here or just haven't chat, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. But let's get into the battles. Now not only are we facing a restricted Pokemon here, but we're facing 4. That's going to be a little rough, but here's the big positive here, is the fact that we do have Ditto, which can essentially emulate any of them. So that's going to be extremely nice. So that's definitely where we're going to, definitely where we're going to go with that. So here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to start with Torn as well as... Ouch. I think we're going to start Torn, and we're also going to start... I think we're also going to start Incineroar. And then we'll have Ditto, and let's have Zacian in the back. In all honesty, we could probably go Iron Bundle too. I probably wouldn't be horrible. It would be tough against the middle two, but that's alright. You know what? Having the Intimidate pressure is going to be really nice, and being able to actually have Tailwind is going to be really beneficial too. So let's just see if we can get these guys to end up working here. It'll be a little tough though. Especially against 4 legendaries, but we'll see which one of them they end up bringing. They're going for all Gen 8, huh? Alright, well that's okay. It's actually not bad. We resist both Steel. Fairy would be neutral, and then, yeah, unfortunately the fighting with the Body Press would be extremely rough. So let's go with the Tailwind here. In all honesty, I think I'm going to fake out Zamazenta. Okay, that works. That works for me right now. We'll get that fake out. That's perfect. I'm guessing this is going to be a Behemoth Blade. Oh, that's right, they have Sacred Sword, but thankfully not enough to even get us down to half. So here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna go for the Bleak Wind. I think I'm gonna go for the Flare Blitz over there too. Let's see if we can finish him off ourselves. I know it's gonna be a little rough trading, you know, Incin for another Mon, but at least we're gonna be trading it for a Zacian. Good stuff. We should outspeed at least Zamazenta. Oh, we do outspeed both. That's perfect. And we pick up that KO right there. Absolutely love it. Now let's see if this is going to be a body press. I'm a little afraid. No, they went Moonblast. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I feel a little safer with Zacian now. Walking Wake might be a little bit of a problem, but I think we can still deal with it, though. I think I'm going to Protect on this one. And let's go with the Flare Blitz over into Zamazenta. Just in case they went for a wide guard, you know what I mean? They do. So let's see if we can take out Zamazenta here on our own. The big positive here is with Zacian, obviously we're still a Fairy type as well. So if we end up going, good defense right there. So if we do end up going for a Play Rough, that would be super effective. I think that's who we're going to go out with next then. Let's go with Zacian. We're going to save Ditto for last. I wonder who their last Mon's going to be. But I think it's going to be a good one to save. So here's what we'll do. Let's go for the Bleak Wind. And let's go for the Play Rough over there. And let's see if we can pick up that KO right away. That's fair. It's possible they do have Protect. Ooh, Eternidus! Nice! Nice, nice. We hit the player off, and that is still an Oko right there. You gotta love the super effective nature of that. And the fact that that is a stab, too. Bruh. Bruh, come on now. So fantastic. We get Eternus down there quite a bit because that was a singular target then. So now all we have to do, I think, is we can end up going for another Tailwind. And we can just straight up go try to take out Eternatus. So let's go for the Tailwind. And honestly, I probably do feel safer with the Behemoth Blade over there. And let's see if we can finish them off right now and kind of make Zamazenta a non-factor here. Because again, all they had was Wide Guard, Moonblast. Again, it's possible that they do have Body Press because, again, that's not something that's affected by special attack or attack. So, you know, that's... Even if you're not trained in attack, Body Press is still a great move, you know? Okay, but hold on. What are they going to Terrastallize into? That's going to be the scary thing. Eternatus into... Oh, into Poison. Okay. Good news is, again, we are... yeah, we are Steel type too, so it's not like a Poison move is going to affect us. Get the Tailwind. We'll get the Behemoth Blade, which does... everything that's left, especially after a crit. Oh, man. So, you know what, I'll kind of preemptively answer the question that we asked, you know, in the thumbnail and the title and everything like that, is Zacian still good? Zacian's still good, it's just that, you know, again, there's so many things right now that, you know, I guess can really kind of take care of it. And the fact that there's no Dynamax anymore and that Behemoth Blade doesn't do extra damage to Dynamax Pokemon, which are always a threat in any battle, you know, it kind of loses a little bit of utility. So again, is it good? Yes. Is it something that's going to be as prevalent as it was in Sword Shield? No, probably not. But still good. But there we go. Good game. Well, now it looks like we're dealing with the Trick Room team, and there's also another Mon right there that does end up setting Wide Guard. I shouldn't say setting Wide Guard, but can use Wide Guard. Here's what we're going to do. Now, if I was feeling lucky, we could throw Ditto out there and hope that we get their Trick Room setter. In which case, then we could end up setting Trick Room as well and reversing it. However, the other good thing we could do is going with Ditto in the back and bring that out there to copy Ice Rider Calyrex. I think that's the one that we might do. So here's what I think we're going to end up doing here. We're going to go Ogerpon because it does have the Covert Cloak. And we're also going to go Incin too. A good fake out is never something you want to waste. So we'll do that. We'll bring Ditto as well, and let's bring Zacian. I know that's kind of a strange lineup, but in all honesty, I think this might be able to work. Let's see what we can do, though. Again, the fact that we're going to be able to get a fake out in as well is going to be nice. And if they try to fake out Ogerpon, ain't going to do anything because of our, whatchamacallit. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we're not going to get faked out. But we do have the chance to fake them out. Now, it is possible that they do have a Ghost Terra. But I am going to assume that they don't. Here's what we can do, though. We can straight up taunt over there. We can straight up taunt. And I think... I'm going to fake out Ogerpon just so I can get that. Because they could always end up going for a follow me, which it looks like they were going to do. But we stop them with that. We get the taunt right here. That's going to be extremely nice. No more Trick Room, thank you. And now hopefully we can do some good stuff over into the two of them. The Power Whip, I think, should end up taking them out. And then we can knock off over on Porygon. And that will knock off the Eviolite, which will make it easier to knock out. I'm guessing that is going to be... Actually, I don't even want to guess. Okay, well, that's not great. But we did go for the Power Whip. And as long as that hits, that is going to be super effective. Question is, do we outspeed? Kind of worries me because, yeah. Please tell me we outspeed. No, that's so bad. We should have terrestrialized Grass just so we could have. But Incineroar hangs in there. Let's go. Power Whip will do it. Goodbye, Ogerpon. Now, they no longer have Terra either, which is going to be a big help. And the fact that we're going to knock off the Eviolite, again, is going to be even better, and Incineroar is going to have an easier time with it. There we go. Say goodbye to the Eviolite. We don't need you anymore, buddy. And let's see if they just try to knock out Incin. Nope, they go for the Ice Beam down there. Wow. That's a lot of damage. That's alright. Let's go out with Zacian and let's produce a lot of damage ourselves. Hi, Calyrex. Alright, so here's what we're going to end up doing. Good thing is they can't tear away. Question is... Well, we're going to go Behemoth Blade over there. The question is, do we go for the knockoff, or do we go for the Flare Blitz? Knockoff would be good because we would knock off whatever item they have, and... Yeah... Flare Blitz has a better chance. I think knockoff would be easier, or would be better, because that'll give us a chance to potentially preserve Incineroar a little bit longer. Okay, good. Well, we're going to knock off whatever they're bringing out. And that's going to be a Rockrunet. Okay, cool. That's good. Can we knock out? At +1, you bet we do, and without the Eviolite, makes it so much easier. So there we go. Goodbye, thank you, Zacian, and let's get the knockoff right here. Good damage. Oh, and they're Mystic Water, too. Not a big deal. I know, I'd be a little nervous to eat berries, too. But here's what we're going to end up doing. Let's go for the They're probably going to protect, though. That's alright. Let's go Behemoth Blade over there. If we can, let's go for the U-turn. Can we pick up the KO at +1? Oh, not quite. Oh, that's rough. But we do get the U-turn. That'll be alright. The good thing is Ditto becomes a Rockwanid, which means that assuming that they do have Wide Guard, we can go Wide Guard to stop like a Glacial Lance or anything like that. Ooh, they probably have high horsepower, don't they? Liquidation, that's fair. That's a lot of damage, unfortunately. And there's the Trick Room. That's unfortunate. Let me see what they have first. First of all, we're going to protect. Do have Wide Guard. Here's what we're going to do. It seems dumb, I know. No, we really can't do that, though. Because that would be just like an instant KO to Incineroar. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to protect. And let's go for the Leech Life over there. Let's see if we can save Zacian. That's good. Question is, what do they do to us? I think we can survive a Glacial Lance. Either way. Oh, we're slower. Sweet. Okay, dope. Alright, that's perfect. I was going to say, either way, we, yeah, sweet. We would have Sash anyway, so we're fine. Very nice. Okay. Wow. Okay, so let's go with the Play Rough, and let's go for the Leech Life over there, and let's see if we can just call that a game. We are about to lose Zacian. That's okay, though. They did a ton of damage. Some really good damage over to Ice Rider Calyrex as well. But this Leech Life should pick it up, and Araquanid is gone. I don't know if we needed the crit, but thankfully we still got it anyways. Either way, though, again, Zacian going out there and just doing a ton of damage. And again, having that knockoff on Incineroar to be able to knock off the Eviolite was so beneficial, too. But there we go. Good game. Now, this is a really cool team. I'm not going to lie. It's nice seeing, what is that, Iron Thorns, right? And why not? May as well put that on a team with Kyogre, right? I feel like that's a pretty good match, or pretty good pair right there. However, they do have the option to change weather as well. None of them are really ones that will behoove us, unfortunately, but still think we're going to be okay. Here's what we're going to end up doing. I do feel like we need the Tailwind. I really feel like they would probably be smarter. The downside, of course, would be the fact that no, we can. It's tough because again, Ogerpon would be nice here, but again, the ice is just so invaluable. It's just so invaluable. So let's do that. Let's bring Zacian as well. And let's also go with Ditto again. Honestly, I think that Ditto is just... It's great. You see a mon out there that you really want to transform into and one that you think is going to help you against these guys? Boom. Right there. So let's see what we can do, though. Let's hope that... I don't know, let's just hope that's the right lead for this. Let's see what they end up going with, though. This will be really interesting. Bundle and Snow. Okay. So they're starting with the Snow. I get that. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. Yeah, we get our speed heightened. I don't think that there's... Okay, here's what we're going to do then. Here's what I think we're going to do. Yeah, because they weren't booster speed. That means that they're probably Sash. So I'm actually going to go for the Bleak Wind Storm, and I'm going to go for the... what's our Terra quickly? Seal. That actually wouldn't be horrible. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go for the Bleak Wind, and let's also go for the Icy Wind. That way we don't get knocked out right away. Not very often that I terrestrialize a Tornadus, so you know what? First time for everything. There we go. Although the one that we had that was Dark Terra, there was a couple times with size spam and stuff where it was really beneficial, but that's unfortunate. I'm guessing they're going to get an Aurora Veil up. That's their main reasoning behind it. Either way, we'll get the Icy Wind. That brings them down a quarter? Not quite. But let's see what the Bleak Wind Storm can do, though. Can we please hit? It is super effective. We do hit. Not quite, though. Is this Aurora Veil? Wow, Magic Leaf. But not quite enough. That's incredible. I love it. So let's go. Let's do that again. Let's go with the Bleak Wind Storm on this one. And let's go with the Icy Wind once more. We'll get that. We'll take them out. We'll slow them down. I think we're going to be able to outspeed Bundle. We should be able to. Because again, Bundle without the speed is max 206. And it is. But not quite taking it out. That's got a little bit of special defense bulk. That's okay. But yeah, I was going to say, it's max 206. You take that down to be about 2/3 of what it is. And yeah. Yeah, you're looking at, what, like 140-ish? Hold on, wait. I don't know, I'm not going to do the math right now. Either way, it would be a good amount. So here's what we're going to do. I think we can go Bleak Wind on this one again. Part of me actually wants to go for the Substitute, but I think it'll be smarter to go for the Play Rough up there. We could have went for the Substitute. Oh my goodness, that would have been set up so well. That's alright, so we missed that, but hopefully we'll hit the Bleak Wind and KO. That would be ideal. We do. Okay, now question is this last one Archaladon? Where was that crit on that last one? And not Archaladon, is the last one Kyogre? That's going to be my main worry. And you bet it is. Yeah, and it is unfortunate we lost Bundle. Here's what we can do. Let's swap into Ditto here. No. Here's what we're going to do. We may end up losing Tornadus here. But that's alright. Let's go for the Tailwind. Let's go for the Protect. That way we can actually bring Ditto in and we'll become Archaladon. And I would imagine that they have the Electro Shot. They do. We're going to be able to copy the Electro Shot and we'll be able to do some real good damage. It's very obvious that they are not Choice Scarf, so... Yeah, bye Torn. Not ideal, but we're going to be fine. Again, the fact that we actually have... we're going to have Archaladon in the back, essentially, is going to be really great. You know, Water Spout, that's fine, but we have the speed now, and we're going to be good. We'll have the Electro Shot to go over there, and we should be alright. Plus, we have Focus Sash, too. Let's go. Imposter. So let's go for the Electro Shot over into Kyogre. The good thing, too, is because that's Ditto, we already have a +1. So that's a big benefit as well. We'll go for the Electro Shot over there. We might have to do a video on Ditto, especially now that we're getting back into restricteds and all that. do that, and let's go for the play rough over there. He actually hits. That does a good amount to our Chaladon. I know we gave him a +1, but in all honesty, totally worth it. Now we're going to get a +2 Electro Shot over into Kyogre, and I don't think Kyogre is going to be able to end up living this. I'm sorry. You just went down to a Ditto. That's why Groudon will always reign supreme. An Electro Shot right here, too. That's got to be going into them. No shot that's not going into Zacian, you know? Yeah, this is going to be bad. Can we tank it? Just barely. Let's go. That's what you love to see. And now let's finish with a Draco Meteor as well as another Play Rough. And there we go. We end up taking it out. Ditto really came in handy there at the very end. I'm glad we were able to swap that in for our Chaladon and end up taking out Kyogre with an Electro Shot. I don't know if Zacian would have been able to take down Kyogre that easily, but that's alright. That's why Ditto's in the back. But there we go. Good game. So I think we found the answer to our question. Is Zacian still good? Absolutely. Now, is it going to be as good as it was back in Sword Shield? No, absolutely not. I mean, especially since we don't have Dynamax anymore, the Behemoth Blade isn't going to be doing as much damage as you saw back then, and it's not going to be as useful, but it's still going to be a really good move. I mean, it's a 100 power stab steel move, and steel is a really great typing, and when you have another stab move in Play Rough with a fairy typing, that's really incredible too. And that's even before you factor in the fact that Zacian has a really great attack stat and gets a +1 with the Intrepid Sword. I mean, obviously now if you end up swapping it out after it's been in, you don't get that re-trigger of that +1, so if you end up sending Zacian out, you really want to keep it out there for as long as you can, which is why this one does have Substitute. But again, even though, again, it's not going to be as good as it was in Sword Shield, it's still going to be pretty good in Scarlet Violet. Again, you really can't pass up Stab Steel and Stab Fairy. So really great typing, and again, with a great attack stat like Zacian has, I still think that it's going to be beneficial. Again, it's not going to be S tier like it was last gen. It's probably going to be like A or B tier, but still one that you're probably going to see on the ladder once Regulation G comes out. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And again, big thank you out to Micah for letting me use the team. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video.